My daughter swore she buried the truth, but I found her secrets breathing. I never imagined my life could break this way. The day I found her diary, everything changed. My name is Eleanor, I'm 72 and I've lived quietly in London all my life. I thought I understood my daughter, thought I knew every corner of her mind and heart, every secret she whispered to herself late at night. But that day, standing in her room, I realized that even the people closest to us can hold worlds hidden from sight. She had sworn she buried the truth, yet here it was, alive in her hands in the leather-bound diary, the pages warm as though it had never been alone. The afternoon had begun like any other. Rain tapped against the window panes, gray clouds pressing against the city skyline. I had been organizing old letters when I noticed the boots. Her boots. Dry boots after the river flood? Impossible. I froze, staring at them, the mud from yesterday's storm nowhere in sight. A small detail, yet my heart thumped with unease. My daughter Clara had insisted she had buried everything, that the past, the secret she had carried for years, was gone. But the boots told a different story. I followed a faint trail of mud that led from the hall to her room. Each step brought a cold shiver down my spine. Something was off. The way she had hurriedly shut the door last night, the sudden phone calls she didn't answer, the distant look she carried when she thought I wasn't watching. Inside I found the diary. Its leather cover was scuffed, but the pages within were untouched, save for the faint, unmistakable scent of her perfume. My hands trembled as I opened it. The first line made my blood run cold. I never left it behind. I froze. She had lied, yes, but there was more. A half-truth, a secret I couldn't yet grasp. The rain outside intensified, lashing against the window as though nature itself were mirroring my growing unease. I sat in the dimly lit room, diary open, trying to steady my breathing. My eyes scanned the pages, and the words on the paper began to form a pattern, each sentence a breadcrumb leading to a truth I had never expected. Her room, once familiar, now felt alien. The diary rested on her desk, beside her school books, a lamp casting a warm halo over its cover. And yet, I noticed other details. Faint mud on the carpet, the smell of wet soil, the faint impression of footsteps leading toward the wardrobe. I traced the steps back and lifted the wardrobe door. Nothing. But the unease lingered. Then a soft movement near the window caught my eye. I turned quickly. Nothing. Only shadows. Only the reflection of rain-streaked glass. Secret calls, messages I couldn't read, letters I had never seen. Each clue threaded a narrative I wasn't prepared to understand. Clara had hidden more than I knew. A network of silences, omissions, and protective lies that I had assumed were long dead. The days blurred into one another. I tried to confront her gently, asking questions that yielded evasive smiles and hurried reassurances. "Eleanor, you don't need to worry," she said, brushing past me, her voice light but her hands trembling. But worry had rooted itself deep in my chest. I found a note hidden beneath the bed. I never left it behind. I held it in my hand, rereading the words. They were meant for me. Not to mislead, but to prepare. The half-truth gnawed at me. What had she kept? Why had she felt the need to conceal it, even from me? The next day I discovered a hidden drawer behind her desk. Inside, a bundle of letters tied with a fraying ribbon, a key, and a small mud-stained envelope. I opened it cautiously. Inside was a photograph of a little girl, not Clara, standing alone near the riverbank, boots caked in mud. And beneath the photograph, a note in her handwriting. "If you're reading this, you're ready. Don't judge until you understand." My hands shook. The weight of what I was uncovering pressed on me. Clara had been hiding something monumental, something she believed I wasn't ready to bear. And yet the trail was clear. She wanted me to know when I was ready. I waited for evening, the gray light of London fading into deep shadows. Clara entered the room humming softly, unaware of the storm inside me. "Why did you lie to me?" I asked, my voice breaking, trembling with grief, confusion, and anger. She froze. For a moment she said nothing, avoiding my gaze, her lips trembling. Then softly, almost a whisper, "You weren't ready." The words hit me like a blow. Tears filled my eyes. The anger, the confusion, the betrayal, they all collided into one sharp ache. I wanted to shake her, to demand the truth, to make her explain why she had carried such weight alone. But I couldn't. I had to wait. I had to understand. Then she handed me the diary, her hands quivering. "Read it," she said. "Now you can." As I read, the puzzle pieces fell into place. Clara's secret wasn't betrayal. It was protection. The girl in the photograph, my granddaughter, unknown to me, living quietly nearby, safe and alive. Clara had hidden her because of threats, because of a family dispute I had never understood, because she believed the truth would destroy me or perhaps herself. Everything I had assumed, her evasions, the missing calls, the diary, the dry boots, was meant to shield me, to protect me from fear and grief too great to carry. And yet, the revelation reframed everything. My daughter, once so transparent, had been living a double life, one designed not to deceive but to preserve. She had borne the weight of secrecy alone, and now the truth was finally breathing unbound. I saw Clara in a new light, brave, resourceful, and fiercely protective. Her secrecy was not rebellion, it was courage. I stepped outside into the rain, letting it soak through my clothes, washing over me as my mind struggled to keep pace. Silence enveloped me, broken only by the gentle rhythm of water hitting the pavement. I thought of all the moments I had missed, all the questions I hadn't asked. The diary in my hands was proof of a life concealed, of a love that had been tested by circumstance, not weakness. Had I suspected too little? Had I assumed too much? My grief, once so rigid and raw, softened into reflection. I understood the delicate balance between fear, protection, and trust. Clara appeared at the doorway, her own eyes glistening with emotion. We didn't speak. We didn't need to. The understanding between us needed no words, only the silent acknowledgement of shared secrets and survival. The following days were quieter, slower. We began to rebuild the bridge between us, carefully and cautiously. I met my granddaughter in secret, observing the protective instincts that had driven Clara to hide her. Acceptance seeped in like the slow light of dawn. I whispered to myself, "Be careful who you trust, even the ones closest to your heart." I had learned the cost of unspoken truths, and the value of courage hidden in shadows. Clara's secret, alive and breathing, was not a betrayal. It was the final act of love, of protection, and of trust in the bond between mother and daughter. And in that understanding I found peace. Some truths are too heavy to bear all at once. Some secrets, though concealed, are gestures of love. And sometimes we must learn to wait, to see, and to trust, even when the evidence before us suggests otherwise.